guys, Mike back again with another board game thing. I get loads and loads of requests about board game storage, board game organization, stuff like that. I jointly post those people who are subscribed to my YouTube channel. I think are generally here for 40k stuff, Victory, Millennium Falcon, probably. But I also do board games. I collect board games. I play board games. I am into board games. And I jointly post. I always link my board game videos to Board Game Geek, which is the go-to website basically for all things board game. And you can link up videos if you've got something you think is interesting to say. You can do reviews. You can do whatever. You can upload pictures. You can upload whatever attached to a specific board game. So. You will either have found this video because you're already subscribed to my channel, or you will have found this video because I have linked it to Board Game Geek's section on Eldritch Horror. Like I said, I get loads of requests, so I thought I'd just do a video and I can kind of try and answer all the questions that I get asked. So people ask, they want to see how I'm storing Eldritch Horror. I did, I think it stems from a video I did a long time ago now about my storage for Arkham Horror, which was kind of the precursor to Eldritch Horror, and as it stands today, my Arkham Horror storage solution video it's got about 20,000 views, which is my highest viewed video, ever. So yeah, I've since got rid of Arkham Horror. Those of you that want to know that, I don't play Arkham Horror. I played it a few times, and the setup was just so long. So anyway, Eldritch Horror, much more manageable. I think much more enjoyable because it's more manageable effectively. Anyway, so you're not here for that, you're here for storage. So okay, Eldritch Horror, this is the core box, this is the main game, and in the main game box, what I did was, I'll show you. Okay, so in the main game box we've got all the rule books. So we've got the rules for the core game and the reference guide for the main game, and then we've got all the expansions. So we've got Forsaken Lore, small box expansion, Mountains of Madness, big box expansion, Strange Remnants, small box expansion, and Under the Pyramids, big box expansion, and Signs of Carcosa. I have not played this one yet, so this is a small box expansion. So I've got all the expansions. So this is everything available for Eldritch Horror as it stands, beginning of October 2016. So all of the rulebooks fit on top. Now this is all of the great old ones, just the cards, and again they're just resting on top. I haven't got them in any special way. I don't generally take the box out. I don't do anything with it, so they sit there quite nicely on the shelf. So anyway, okay, so we've got our great old ones. Then we've got all our investigator cards. So there's a load of investigators, and again I've just kind of separated them into two even-sized piles, and again they just sit on top of these boxes. So that's that. In the small box, now I don't know what sort of Plano this is. This is a Plano. There's no reference number on it, so I don't know what sort of Plano this is. I'm sorry, but it's a little one. Little fold down catches, and it's got little divider bits in there. I'm probably looking to redo this, to be fair, but as it stands right now, we got clue tokens, health and sanity, focus stuff, and now special skills where you can either increase skill, and one of the expansions actually created a situation where you can lose skill. So that's -2s on there. So just get that back in there. There we go. So that's all the kind of tokens you need for the game, so that you'll have that on the side. So that's in a little Plano. Again, don't know the number on that one. Then in this box, this is a Fox box, and again I don't know the reference number to it. I don't know. I just bought these two boxes from a local fishing shop where I live. So this is a small Fox box, and in here we've got what have we got? Investigator chits. We've got the big monsters, the major monsters, and specific tokens for the game, gate tokens, tickets, and these are just the ones that you need for every game. So that's that. So that's in this box. So that's all the tokens for the game, and then got a bag for something. I think that's the Monster Cup potentially. So got that. I think I need to. But actually, no. I had a big leather bag in here for my Monster Cup, and I used it, and I'm using that for Elder Signs. So I need to get a different bag because this bag's not big enough. So that's that. And then I've got all the boards. So we've got the boards for Under the Pyramids. It's a little half board, and a board for Antarctica. So, and then the main game board. So there we go, that's just the main game board. I won't bother pulling that out. So that's that. And then I just lined the box with poster board, which is this stuff. This is brown, but it's that thick. I don't know, a couple of mil maybe. But it's just poster board from a local hobby shop. Like I say, this is brown. I used black in here and just cut it to size basically, and lined the box just to, I don't know why really, just to make it look nice, I suppose. So that's that. So we'll just chuck all this back in, and it all folds away. It all packs up really nicely. So the boxes fit just about. And the investigators just on top. Great old ones. All the rule books. And the lid. So that's it. So that's the first box, right? Okay. Then in the next box, so this is another big box expansion, Mountains of Madness. Everything else is in here, and I think this is the box people are interested in. Just as an aside, so you know, I have got the box for Under the Pyramids, empty at the moment, just in case I need it for further expansion purposes. So I've kept that. I generally, I chuck the boxes out for small box expansions. I've chucked all those. I don't tend to keep the boxes for the small box expansions. So we've got the Mountains of Madness box expansion. This is what people are asking about. This is what people are interested in predominantly. The card setup, how I do that. So again, I've lined the box as I have with the Eldritch, with the main core box. So I've lined it with the poster card, again 2 mil thick. But to make the channels, to make these dividers, I've cut the board to size and glued 2 bits together. So you can see it's sort of double thickness. So there's 2 glued together just to create solid channels, and I've just glued them in with PVA glue, with white glue, and you know, the bond between paper and card is absolutely fine. So we'll start on the end channel here, in this very end channel. Just the nature of the setup. I mean, you might find a better way to do this if you want to do it, but I mean, there's plenty of room for expansion. So I've got 2 channels for kind of regular size cards, a narrow channel for the small cards, and then that just left me with an even narrower channel that doesn't fit anything in, but it does fit the stands for the investigators. I use stands for my gates as well, so they all fit in there quite nicely actually. So I've got that little channel there. So we got in this channel here, we've basically, what we do is, so this is all kind of foamed out, so nothing kind of moves. So each category of card basically has got a little divider card, okay, with just the typeface on it. I can't remember, I think this typeface is called typewriter. So I've just basically made a grid on Word to size, made the grids to size so they fit the cards with a little bit of a peaky up the top so you can see what the card is. So these are reference cards for the game. And I just file them away, really. So we've got reference cards and spells, artifacts, unique assets, and conditions. And they're all printed on the same card. And I basically just kind of, well, that's what I do. Just, like I say, file them all, put all the cards in front, so they're all the artifact cards. And that's it. So yeah, okay, so that's the small cards. So, and again, I've just used foam I've got from other things just to kind of block the channels off until they get more cards. You know, so like I said, there's room for expansion. So then we just got the rest of the cards basically. So, I mean, the way I've split them up is overview cards, preludes, adventures. Then I've got all the encounter cards. So I'll show you. So we've got adventures, and then say we'll have encounters. So these are all the encounters that you can experience in America, for example. So that's that. And they all just fit. So we got encounter cards for America and Europe, Asia and Australia, general encounters. Then I've got encounters for expeditions, encounters for mystic ruins, encounters for other worlds, encounters for the Antarctica research, encounters for mountains, encounters for outposts, Africa, Egypt, and then mythos cards, which are split up into the 3 types, green, yellow, and blue. So that's it. And then in this box, try and avoid that from falling over completely, I've just got all the monster tokens, because these all go in a monster cup anyway, so these don't need to be kind of nicely organized, because they're just going to get dumped into a bag or a cup, so you can select monsters at random. So for now, I'm just keeping all of the tokens in a deck box. And they fit in there. Okay, so that's that. Then in the front of this, I've just got my dice. That's all the dice of the game. I mean, I've customized the dice, so these are just the Arkham Horror dice that you can get. So I've got a load of those that I'm just keeping in the front of this channel. And again, another bit of foam. And basically, we've got all the Great Old One cards. So we've got mystery cards, encounter cards, and special encounter cards for each of the Great Old Ones, basically. So, for example, this is how I do it. So we'll have mystery cards for Abhoth. So that's one section. Then he'll have his normal research cards for Abhoth. And then we'll have his special encounters for Abhoth. And each Great Old One has got that set up, basically. And that's it. So that's what you need if you were going to play that particular Great Old One. Some of the Great Old Ones have only got mystery cards and encounter cards. They haven't got special ones. That was some of the first couple of Great Old Ones that they put out, but that's it. That's how I do it. That's how I store Eldritch Horror for me anyway. Works quite well. You know, I mean, so I mean, I have the Play-Doh boxes, Fox box by the side of the board. You obviously pick your Great Old One, so you don't need to refer to this channel once you've picked who you're playing against. I'll pull all these out. I mean, Mythos cards are already pre-drawn before the game starts, and then you just need whatever encounter cards you are going to encounter as part of the game, whether you're playing the pyramids or Antarctica or whatever you're playing, and then your small cards as well, your spell cards, artifacts and things, so they're just sort of by the side. The card I use 3 different types of card for making these things, because I use this divider setup for all of my board games, to be fair, and I favour this stuff. It's from Soho Creative. I get it in Hobbycraft in the UK. I don't know if it's available elsewhere. I suppose it must be. So I use, for this game, I use marble ivory. I just like the sort of texture on it. You know, it kind of gives it a, I don't know, old book type look, which is what I was going for. With the typewriter facing, I think it just sort of is quite thematic for me. So yeah, marble ivory card, but I also use the marble white. Not for this game, but just for other games. People are asking. And I also use this parchment vellum stuff, which has got an actual texture on the paper. So I use that as well for other games. So people were asking. So that's what I use. Soho Creative. The marble ivory card, you get 10 sheets, 200 gram. The parchment is 150 gram thickness. And the marble white is 200 gram thickness. They're £5 a pack. You get 10 sheets a card. So that's that. I am going to put the link, in the files section, so hopefully by the time you see this video, in the files section of Eldritch Horror on Board Game Geek, I will upload the Word files for the dividers. I get many emails actually, and I do try and email everyone back and send you the files, but I will upload the Word files so you can change them at your leisure and add to them when the expansions are sort of coming along. So yeah, I'll upload the Word versions of the files for the card dividers onto Board Game Geek, and this video will be on Board Game Geek too. So that's just a little update of how I'm storing Eldritch Horror and a response to the multiple questions that I'd had about it. So I hope that answers all your questions. If you've got any questions about it, please ask me below. And that's it for this one. And I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers, guys.